Nasarawa is blessed with a landmass of over 27,000 kilometers. 90% of it arable and suitable for multiple crops production all year round. Despite its slogan of home of solid minerals, Nasarawa is indeed an agrarian state with largely untapped potential. These potentials are captured in Governor Abdullahi Sule's blueprint, the Nasarawa Economic Development Strategy document called NETS, produced 6 months before he was sworn in as governor in 2019. Embedded in the pages of NETS are strategies to harness Nasarawa's abundant blessings and turn the state into an agricultural powerhouse, boost food production, create jobs, and galvanize the economy. It was a simple idea. Government must go into large-scale mechanized farming to serve as a pointer and moral booster.
In order to be part of this food security of the renewed hope agenda of Mr. President, that Nasarawa State as a government should be able to set example and show the way.
It began with the Sule administration acquiring 10,000 hectares of land in Jangwa and Agwatashi in Hawe and Obi local government areas of the state. Governor Sule's passion and commitment were evident from clearing to cultivation and all the way to the harvest.
It is one of the legacy projects of His Excellency. It is so dear to his heart that whatever problems we faced are being surmounted. He is forthcoming. Anything we ask, he provides to see that the farm operations go seamlessly.
The first 2,000 hectares of rice cultivated in 2024 was a huge success. It was a project that caught the attention of many and brought joy and prosperity to the people. From the marshy land all the way to the warehouse, the bags tell the story of an impressive yield. After visiting one of the warehouses, Vice President Kashim Shettima, who was on a working visit to Lafia, summed up his feelings during a tractor and farm input distribution event in Lafia.
Nasarawa is the agricultural powerhouse of the nation. Beyond being the home of solid minerals, Nasarawa is in a position to feed the whole of the nation. And I've seen a lot of my friends from all parts of the nation, from people from as far as Bayelsa State, coming to farm in Nasarawa State. Your Excellency, thank you so much for the leadership.
The paddy from the farm in Jangwa was sold to Olams, a large-scale rice processing concern located in the state, a move that made government the largest outgrower. Encouraged by the yield in Jangwa, Governor Sule is pushing the ambition further, clearing additional 1,300 hectares of virgin land in the Agwatashi area. Such clearance and indeed the entire process is capital intensive.
This year, His Excellency directed that we should also pull down trees covering 3,000 hectares. But because of the nature of the vegetation, we were able to clear 1,300.
When it was time for planting, Governor Sule led the way, deploying some of the best seedlings.
All this area used to be total bush. Nobody had ever planted anything here. So we had to clear the entire land. That's why you continue to see heaps of trees at the middle of the farm. So today we have planted, and we are hoping that very soon we will come now and apply the chemicals. And after that, we come back and apply the fertilizer. And then from there, we wait, for the farm to actually grow.
Not one to leave anything to chance, Engineer Sule is back on supervision. This time, he's in the company of the visiting Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. It was a bumpy ride. Engineer Sule and his guest held onto the tractor and to the promise of a food-secure nation.
With about 97% germination percentage and 98% purity. Exactly.
the sprawling rice farm is showing great promise to the delight of all.
The farm is divided into 3 segments, generally for now. This segment is Block A. This one is Block B.
In a section of the farm, youths in their numbers provide gentle care for the rice, spraying chemicals to keep pests at bay. They received the visitors with excitement, grateful for a new experience and the opportunity to learn and earn a living.
Daga shugaban ƙasa President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mu kam gaskiya mun ji daɗin zuwan mu yau. Kuma ina so in tabbatar muku in gaya muku cewa ƙasar na yana hannunku ne. Bayan an girba ma ina so in sake dawo in ga rayuwar.
For Minister Carey, engaging so many youths is remarkable. He commended Governor Sule and said the project is aligned with the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Look at what we are seeing here today. Look at this expanse. And this is all initiative of His Excellency, the Executive Governor. All this place was almost unutilized forest, and now you can see now it's been turned into an agricultural haven. So for me, this is an exciting initiative. It is something that is in alignment with the renewed hope of His Excellency Mr. President to increase food production, to increase productivity and yield, and this is exactly what it is today.
Engineer Sule admitted that a lot of resources go into the project, promising value for money. As always, he is grateful for the improved revenue that made this and other projects possible.
If there is anybody we should thank here in Nasarawa, is of course we start with the president. The reason being, he started last year alone. You know, the president gave us free fertilizer. We used the state resources to go and carry the fertilizers from Mina warehouse. And when we brought we now distributed throughout the 13 local government areas and distributed and gave them to the people free. In addition to that, the president has been consistent in encouraging the governors and all the other leaders to engage in agriculture. You know, so that encouragement has given us the opportunity to do that. Thirdly, we must thank Mr. President. I have been in office now for 6 years. How come I have only started this 2 years ago? It's because after the removal of subsidy, after the unification of the foreign exchange, it gave us the opportunity to begin to see improved revenue.
Right there on the farm, a shared commitment was reinforced, a partnership that promises food security and prosperity. From idea to reality, the Nasarawa State-owned farm is a proof of what vision, commitment, and community partnership can achieve. On the way to and from the farm, the minister stopped to acknowledge the roads constructed by the Sule administration.
They are brothers, the Jangwa people and the Ribi people.
This is the road by the state government.
New rural road network now link farms, villages and markets. The area is no longer just a rural outpost, but a hub of economic activities. The predominantly agrarian communities could not hide their joy. Back in the office, Engineer Sule looked back on the vision and what lies ahead.
The plan of this administration is to begin. We will get to a point where we will say, all right, we are successful in it. We are looking for a PPP arrangement. For a real commercial farmer to come in, if a real commercial farmer see the potentials and see what we have done, is likely to come in as a PPP arrangement. The land is ours. The farming is theirs, the investment is theirs, and we take off from there. So that's the ultimate goal for me.
He says he's aware government projects are notorious for being poorly managed, but the Nasarawa-owned farm have safeguards and plans to mitigate losses and maximize gains.
We invested a lot in the area of land clearing. Then part of the land had never been cultivated in history. We invested a lot in that. We invested a lot in equipment that are going to be used over a period of 10 to 15 years. So when you are looking at it as a balance sheet, you know, the total investment you make and the total sales we made, you will see a loss. But when you look at your assets that are there, including the land, and then the increment in that, then you will see a profit.
Some of the paddies from last year's harvest have been shared to the council areas, in addition to tractors and other farm implements.
And we wish and hope and pray that we will use for the benefit of our farmers and for a bumper harvest, not only for this season, but many seasons to come.
Can brightly and proudly say all the local government have at least 4 to 5 in number of functional tractors that are there working. And His Excellency the Governor has insisted under his guide that all the local government must embark for farming activities so that we can enhance the food production and the food security of their state.
When you look at the agricultural aspect, you've seen the tractors that His Excellency has designated for each of the local government, because I call the 13 local government in Nasarawa State. We have a farmland in Kuvo, in Udege development area, that we've planted maize on about 78 hectares at the moment. Then we have that of the rice farm at Ajugora, about 42 hectares. We've planted rice already. That is the achievement, the milestone achievement we have conquered in terms of agriculture.
Again, the vision is clear.
We encourage the local government councils, each one of them also, to go into agriculture. And so we are doing 2 things for them today. We are giving them free tractors so that there won't be any excuse for cultivation and other items that we are doing. We don't want any excuses as far as saying they don't have seedlings. So we have kept part of the rice for seedlings. We are also giving them the rice for seedlings so that we can go to every local government and monitor how much they have planted, how much they have cultivated, and how much they are harvesting.
The ultimate goal is to cultivate 10,000 hectares. Beyond rice, Governor Sule has his sight on sesame, cassava and maize.
Nasarawa State is an agrarian state. Why I say this is because we are leading in 3 major crops in the country, like sesame seed. In Africa, Nigeria is second in position. Nasarawa is number 1 in Nigeria. And also cassava, we are leading, number 1. Rice also, the minister came and saw for himself. So if Nasarawa State should lead in these 3 major farm produce, there is need for the federal government to pay attention in terms of infrastructural development and all the necessary farm input to the people of Nasarawa State. We've employed 500 youths operating at different segments of the farm. That is, there are people that are technically involved in terms of machinery operation and maintenance. And we also have people that are good at broadcasting rice. We have people that are good at applying chemicals or spraying chemicals across the farm. So all the necessary support that has been provided for this employment. So the neighboring community have been employed, and we employed up to 500 youth participating in the farming activities in Jangwa Agwatashi.
This is in addition to the expected harvest from well-motivated and incentivized farmers across the state.
Today, he has opened the opportunity to the farmers to harness what they have in Nasarawa State.
Since we've started rice farming here, it has never been good like this.
So when government brought the agriculture here, some of our boys enrolled themselves.
Dalilin wannan aikin da ana yi gashi yanzu mafi yawan su sun samu abinda suna yi su samu abinda za su yi zaman gari da shi.
Ba mu taba samu wani tallafi ko wani hasken wani abu mai kaman wannan yau na injiniya Sule nan ba. Nagode wa Allah.
Ko gani da ido kullum maka san wanda shinkafa ne da kyau. Da abin da ke samu da ba wuce 10 ba. Tsakanin 12 ko 15. Amma tumoko wannan da suka yi mana da maganin feci da takin nan, wallahi muna samun kushi.
Sai gashi nan yau aka zo aka ba mu tallafi
na abubuwa kamar taki da kuma riɗi, irin riɗi da annan feshi, wanda gaskiya ake kira manoma a wannan karamin hukumar gabaki daya wallahi sun murna gabaki daya, ba abin da sai ubangiji Allah ya ƙara musu daukaka.
An ilmantar da mu a noman rogo kuma ana samu alheri a ciki. Ana iya cikin noman rogo din za a yi albo, da a yi garin kwaki, abubuwa dai da yawa ana yi da rogo.
The governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer A.A. Sule, has blocked off the NG cares in Doma and blocked off the distribution of farm inputs to seasonal farmers. We have 450 beneficiaries in Nasarawa State on season. We are grateful with what the government is doing, and we are not going to disappoint them.
An equally grateful governor expresses his joy over the broader benefits of the project.
Number one, we have automatically become an outgrower for one of our commercial farmer, Ola. Technically, we are the biggest outgrower supporter, to the mill. So we have added value to the mill. The mill has a lot of Nigerians that have been employed, a lot of people from Nasarawa State that have been employed. So they feel a little more comfortable, more secured in their jobs now because the production has increased. The company is happy with us. Number two, our own people locally. We have now those who have never been engaged in some kind of mechanization have now seen mechanization. Those who couldn't drive tractors are now able to drive tractors. Those who couldn't carry out pure irrigation, they have seen what irrigation is all about. Those who couldn't do much about repairs of some of the heavy plants, excavators also, they now understand that. So we have now trained people to acquire some special skill.
Farmers should reciprocate with actions and productivity. Let them be reliable. Let us continue to trust them. They should not destroy their means of livelihood by retarding every effort of support given to them by the government. Whether implements or monies are given to them free, whether in form of loan, all what we want is a result.
Governor namu da yana duba kuka, yana ji kukan manomi na Nasarawa State. Kaga yanzu kayan da muna gani yau, za a raba mana mu je gida, ko da yake dai akwai wanda za mu biya, amma mun same su kamar kyauta ne tunda muna biya kudin da sauki kuma muna karba. So mun gode.
Mun farin ciki sosai da wannan amfana wanda shi mai girma Governor na Nasarawa State Engineer A.A. Sule, wanda yana ba mu kayayyakin gona, wanda yana taimaka ma manoma tun daga state har zuwa karkara, wanda mu shine ya karfafa muna karfin gwiwa, wanda manoma mu sun yi amfani da waɗannan kayayyaki, an same girbi mai amfani mai yawa.
A gonan ne muna samun riba, saboda mun samu kuma iyalanmu da kannayenmu samu riba sun kai su makaranta. Sura bane ya kuma
yana girbin shinkafa sai wannan din mu ma yayi muna ba sanu mu kuma yana kara ma sanuken mu lafiya sosai kuma yana kara masu kiba.
Nasarawa is also home to some of the big players in agribusiness. The fertile lands, security, and sound business-friendly policies are some of the attractions.
One of the things that actually brought us here to Nasarawa was the easy access to arable land. There is much better, and I repeat, much better security here in Nasarawa than the other states who are doing similar businesses.
It symbolizes peace, and because of that, he's been able to integrate all the various interests in the state, keep them under one umbrella, and he continues on the driver's seat without any difficulty. No form of discrimination, no any kind of segregation against any group, any person.
I can see how much he intervenes and collaborates with other organizations national or international, towards attracting productivity through investors, through practical farmers, and in many other ways.
Of your outstanding collaboration for agricultural development in Nasarawa State today.
With the coming of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State in person of Engineer Abdullahi Sule, he has been doing tremendously well to see that we have a cordial relationship between this, between the ADP as well as the international partners, like Nasarawa African Association, like WOFAN in Nigeria, like UNDP, like AGRA. This makes me to remember the last time that he approves the counterpart funds for the Nasarawa African Association.
Worthy of note is the setting up of a tractor assembling plant in Lafia, facilitated by Governor Abdullahi Sule.
The tractors that will be manufactured are Nigerian-made tractors, which is in line with the dream of Naseni. Two, they were going to create the employment opportunity for Nigeria. And at the end of the day, the people of Nasarawa State, so many youth that we have, will be employed.
We were really, really happy, to receive you, and we're more than willing to partner.
The state has also initiated forward-looking PPP arrangements toward transforming the agric landscape. Crucially, is the training centers to be established in each of the senatorial zones.
As you know, we have bought some of these Mahindra tractors in Nasarawa State. So it was a great opportunity to come and see from the manufacturing side, in fact from the design side, all the way to manufacturing side and then shipping these tractors to Nigeria. But the bigger part that I was more concerned about, and that's one of the reasons why I came, is to ensure that these tractors do not end up like all the other tractors we buy in Nigeria. In Nigeria, mostly we buy tractors, and because of lack of maintenance, lack of spare parts, the tractors don't stay more than 3, 4, 5 years, and then they are abandoned. So I want to make sure that we use these tractors the way tractors should be used. At least, maybe 15 years, good tractors should be able to last before you start developing major problems. So some of the areas that we came here to discuss, and I'm happy that we discuss with them, is area of training and then area of after-sales services.
In all, a new Nasarawa has emerged, rapidly developing and delivering prosperity from the land to the people. For now, the machines are rolling, the people have rolled their sleeves, and a focus engineer is in the saddle. With the backing of the Tinubu administration, the vision and drive of Governor Abdullahi Sule, and the determination of its people, Nasarawa is positioned as a force to reckon with in many respects, but especially in agricultural production.